What is up, everyone? Bryce here, also known as Dark Slab, and today, FPG, I come at you with some more Modern Warfare 3. Today is not going to be a bait and switch. I'm actually doing a full Call of Duty video, and while I really enjoy doing that Street Fighter video, it is nice to come back and actually do some Modern Warfare 3. And what I wanted to do today was do a little PC gameplay, but I've been doing that on my main channel mostly, and I had planned on doing this one for my main channel, like this gameplay. But I decided, since I have a live com series in progress on my channel, I should switch and make sure that I have other content going elsewhere. But in this gameplay, I'm using an M4A1 with just a red dot. There was no proficiencies on it yet because I had just recently prestiged and I hadn't unlocked the or any proficiency for that matter on the gun yet. My backup's a Silent MP9, which is my regular go-to nowadays. It's pretty much the MP7 in MIDI form, so like it's extremely accurate, has a decent rate of fire, and the only thing that I have against it is its clip size, but even that is pretty solid when compared to some of the other guns. And I think the MP9 is probably the best secondary in the game. People would argue the FMG most likely, because of how ridiculous it gets when you run two of them, and its fire rate is pretty insane. But for my playstyle, I think it definitely fits me better for the MP9 rather than the FMG. And in this video that you're watching, it's a CTF on interchange, and I was running with a full crew in this one, and it brings me back to like having fun with Call of Duty. If I want to play alone, I find playing on PC is the best for me, but I think Call of Duty is definitely the best when played with a full party, and I don't really have a full party to play with on PC, so I definitely make sure I'm running with at least like 4 to 6 dudes when playing on my Xbox. So that's what we have right now. We have 6 guys, and we're playing. I think this game happened right after Christmas, so some of the guys we weren't playing against were where some of the guys we were playing against weren't the best, and it was pretty obvious that some of them didn't exactly know what was going on. Like, you see dudes just sprinting around stuff, not having much awareness at all of where people might be. So it was pretty easy for us to get the other team spawn locked by their flag for pretty much the entirety of the game. And this is one of the only games that I'm actually running what are we going to call it? The assault strike package. There we go. That could have lost it there for a second, but the assault package is not something I'd normally run. Like, if you've seen my other videos, I'm almost always running specialist. But once again, this is early prestige, and I didn't have specialist unlocked. But I was kind of fortunate that I was running assault on this class for this game, because I went on an absolute tear when I got them trapped. Like, I was just bullying the crap out of them and not giving them an inch. And you see the couple times I get killed, I'm quick to push back up and make sure they're not spawning too far away from their flag. And meanwhile, my buddies, I think Nimkeys and Penny, were the ones that were running the flag for the most of this game, and I might have grabbed off flag at one point, or I might have probably, I think I followed Nimkeys back on one of his runs, but that was probably one of the last runs of the round. But also, playing CTF, it's a nice change of pace that from playing TDM. I feel that a lot of people, while a lot of people play TDM in Call of Duty, it's not really Call of Duty's best game type. If you're going to play Call of Duty, I think the best game type is definitely Domination if you want to be competitive. And then I played a lot of Demolition and Black Ops, and that was a ton of fun, and that was probably my favorite game type in that game. But Domination's a classic. TDM, it just gets a little hectic sometimes because the people that play TDM like to run around a lot more, and when you do run into a full party of teams that knows what they're doing, and like they'll sit back and control areas, it kind of sucks if you're playing with only a couple of guys or playing on your own, because you'll most likely get rocked. But definitely playing with a full party makes this game much more fun and much more enjoyable. So when you do get in this situation where you're running against another full team, it's not quite so bad. And speaking of a full team, and going back to what I was talking about earlier, I've been playing this a lot more on my PC. It's definitely my system of choice to play this game on now, even though the majority of my friends still play it on Xbox. I would love to start playing with a full party or playing with at least a few guys on PC, but I don't really have any other friends that actually have it on PC. So if you guys know anybody, or if you have a PC and would like to play sometime, I'm definitely looking for dudes to run with. But that's, you know, I'm trying to talk some of my friends into getting PC. It's definitely like you definitely fall into your roots depending on like how old you are. You can come into PC gaming. Like I played a lot of PC as a kid. Some of the first games that I've played were like Wolfenstein or Doom, and then I played some Duke Nukem, and like the big game that I was addicted to for like the most part was Unreal Tournament, which pretty much says that my parents were freaking awesome for letting me play those games at the age that I was playing them at, and they were pretty freaking awesome for actually having a computer that was able to handle them at the time too. So like coming back, I had gotten a gaming PC a little bit, I think at the beginning of 2011. So yeah, it's the beginning of last year. It was around the end of January, I think. And since then, like I've just been playing a lot more PC. I'm gonna have to upgrade my graphics card in not too long. I'm running a 2-monitor setup right now, and the graphics card that's in my computer can't really handle. I mean, it could barely handle 2. Definitely can't handle 3. But I have a smaller monitor that I want to kind of hook up, just for having XSplit run on the side. So I'll have a monitor that's pretty much dedicated to miscellaneous stuff in XSplit, while I'm able to stream on both my other monitors. And it's something else that I thought would be cool to talk about. I do a lot of streams, or I'm trying to do a lot more streams lately, and I'll do a whole bunch of games. Like I have fun playing Minecraft on stream. It seems to do quite well every time I stream Minecraft. And if you guys haven't played Minecraft, that is it's one hell of a game. There's so much you can do with it. Like it's so open. It doesn't really restrict you to doing anything. And then there's so many mods and creators for that game that you pretty much are able to whatever you want with it. You can download a storied mod or adventure map. You can build your own huge creations in creative mode and not worried about getting eaten alive by skeletons and zombies, or getting griefed by creepers. And then you can, you know, do regular survival where you start with nothing, you build your way up. So if you guys have a PC and are willing to try out an awesome game, Minecraft is definitely really cool. But other than that, I've been streaming a lot of Old Republic. I just started streaming Call of Duty on PC, because it's just easier to do it on PC without much lag. I have a Hauppauge HD PVR that I used to record on Xbox, and there's a little bit of a delay between what the Xbox signal sends and what you'll see on your PC, so it's really hard to live stream that without like spoiling stuff with commentary. So if you guys want, I'll see if I can't link my Twitch TV channel down in the description on top of my regular channel, and you guys can check it out. I stream, like I said, a bunch of games. I plan on streaming playthrough of Mass Effect 1 and 2 eventually, before Mass Effect 3 comes out. And like if you guys didn't know, it's one of my favorite, I think it is the favorite game, or my favorite game of all time. I've played like Mass Effect 1 something like 12 times now, 12 times through, and I'm probably going to do it 2 to 3 more before Mass Effect 3 comes out. And like for an RPG, I don't think it gets much better than Mass Effect, like especially for people who have roots in like a first-person shooter background, or a third-person shooter background for that matter, because it's pretty much a shooter with RPG elements, or it's an RPG with shooter elements, but like it really works. And BioWare's story is most definitely one of the best storytelling in gaming right now. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Old Republic, and my main character right now is a bounty hunter, and that bounty hunter story is absolutely phenomenal for me. And I'm so getting just slowly addicted to that game the more I play it. I was a big fan of WoW, but I think Old Republic definitely tops WoW in my opinion, and that's just because of the story. Like its endgame content is not quite there, and it's it doesn't really have much of a PvP. I mean, the PvP is there, but the more I hear people talk about it, the more it kind of sounds a little bland at the moment. But that's stuff that, you know, it's an MMO, and it's in its early stage. That's usually things that'll come later. But as I realize now that I've not talked too much about the gameplay, I really feel like letting you guys know like there's much more to play, and I think that the situation is so funny because you can just tell that like that one guy either hasn't played much COD or just wasn't really paying attention to where he's like ran to that spot, because my buddy was just sitting there in his Pred missile screen, or maybe it was the recon drone screen, and the guy was standing right next to him and he didn't even shoot him. It was I had a good laugh at that part of the game, and I was telling my buddy, I'm like, you're so freaking lucky that your streak didn't end there. But I do believe this gameplay is wrapping up. My final score ended up being something like 48-8, and like I got some ridiculously cool stuff with my assault package. Like I said, I don't normally run it, but it worked out for me this game because I didn't die all that much, and I was able to build my kill streaks for a while. So if you guys would like to leave a rating, you can go ahead and do that below. Consider subscribing for more awesome content like this, and as always guys, I brace. Peace.